is August the 9th, and this is a strategy video I'm making for myself. I don't want to forget about this. This is good stuff. Okay, the VWAP fade strategy. Here's what I've noticed about it. Here's something kind of good to remember. The fact that it is a VWAP fade means that price is on the high side. It is has come down, is retracing up to VWAP and rejecting off VWAP. That's the whole idea behind this. That means that you're going to get a good price if you're selling short. It's going to be on the high end of the chart, higher end of the chart, not the highest, but it's going to be at a higher place because it's being rejected off the highs from VWAP by VWAP. So, and we're going to get confirmation too. That's the best part. Okay, we're going to get confirmation. We're not going to be guessing whether it's going to be like shooting up through VWAP or not. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a price that comes down and then up to VWAP and rejects off of it. In this case, it was rejecting off not just VWAP, but the 900 level, which is actually even better in this case because you've got double resistance overhead. So what we're looking for is at least a couple wicks, 2 to 3 wicks, seller's wicks at or right around VWAP. So we got that here and we got a strong rejection. That's the other thing we're looking for is a strong rejection. Now, what happens with the strong rejection is that we're looking for a buyer's wick, okay, to wick down under the candle. And that first big strong flush down after you see your couple of seller's wicks up and around the VWAP line, we're going to mark that swing low. And this is a 5-minute chart. It's got to be a 5-minute chart that we're doing the initial work on this on, okay? 5-minute chart, initial work. Okay? And then we're also going to mark the next one just in case we can't get an entry off the first one. These wicks down here are going to be the basis for our entry, which is going to happen 10 to 15 minutes later after the wick is put in. So in this case, the swing low was put in here at 894.66 or thereabouts. Then price bounced back up to about 895, 77, 78, 85, 86, something like that. And then it flushed down through the line, okay? And then it put in the next candle put in a buyer's wick as well. And then that one gets marked too. So these are two potential entries that we're going to have 10 to 15 minutes after they are established. Okay, that's the beauty. It's a slower moving trade. You don't have to like make it all happen, do all the analysis and make your calculations and do all that stuff in a heartbeat in 3 seconds like most of the trades I've been doing for the last 6 months. All right, we've got some time to check this stuff out, to make our calculations, to see where we want to put our stop, to get our order ready and everything. So that's really cool. And we might even scale in if both of these set up. So that's really exciting. Okay, I love that about this. Okay, now let's zoom in on a 1-minute chart and see what this actually looks like in more for the sniper entries that we're going to get. So we saw these, just to repeat, price is trending down. Okay, it bounces up into VWAP, puts in some seller wicks at around the VWAP level, and you get a strong flush down. That first strong flush down after your seller wicks near VWAP, and this is always going to look different, but this is the theme is the same. You're going to mark that swing low. That's going to set up a possible entry 10 to 15 minutes later. If you get another one, set that one up, another possible entry 10 to 15 minutes later, okay? So once those lines are set, now it's time to kind of get ready for the trade, okay? I'm going to take this over to a 1-minute chart, and we're going to see what it looks like on a 1-minute chart, okay? Now here's the 1 minute, and this is where it gets a little confusing. These lines do respect the 5-minute candles, which now you can't see on a 1 minute. But sometimes it won't always look like you caught the swing low. Here it kind of does, but on some of the charts it doesn't. And that's because you may have a short wick on one 5-minute candle, and the very next 5-minute candle has something else going on. But just trust me when I say that you use the 5-minute, okay, locate your wicks, okay, mark them, okay, in this case, this wick here at 894.70 is this one here, right here, okay. So where does it reconnect? It reconnects over inside this candle. This candle is the 1335 to 1340 candle. Okay, so it actually reconnects right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's not these, okay? It's not these. These are going up and over, okay? We don't want the ones that go up and over. We want the ones that go up to it, but don't really exceed it, or at least not by very much. Okay, and we want some time. Like this between, let's see, this 13. I'm just trying to figure out where these actual wicks are. Okay. Okay, this is a candle from here to about here. That's a candle. Then there's another candle from about here to about here. Okay, and that's a candle. Okay, so what we want is we want something that comes up to it. Okay, when something starts here, goes up to it and rejects. And when that rejects, it's going to reject kind of hard. So you got to be ready for the rejection. But if you keep your eyes on these candles, yeah, it's tricky. It's definitely not simple stuff. But generally, you won't get the very next candle. It's going to take a couple candles, 1 or 2 or 3, to work out. Okay, then this one's a lot more obvious, I would say. Remember this swing low we put in right here, over here, equals this swing low. So there's a 5-minute sort of doji candle, green candle, and a pullback candle that happens here. And then way over here, you have the pullback to it in the form of a seller's wick. And once that candle completes, I mean, you're pretty much good to go. You get in here with a stop, I would say, looking at here, I would think a good place for a stop would be up here somewhere. 896 with an entry just below 892. 892, stop at maybe 895.50, maybe 350, something like that. Gonna try to get 2 to 1. So yeah, we can get 2 of these trades going at once, possibly, maybe not, I don't know. Either way, this is the way it's done, and then basically you can write it down as far as you can using each swing low as resistance, placing your profit stop about $1 above each swing low as you get them. So that is the way it works. And if you do that, you can definitely ride these down for quite a ways until you reach, multiple levels, at which point, like from this one, went from, the signals were at 894 and 892, 87, 894 and change, 893, and basically these swing lows were protective. Anyway, we definitely made 15 points or whatever. So if you keep a $3 stop, that's a 5 to 1 for each trade. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'll show you the next one right here. Okay, these are too far above, so I'm not going to count this. It has to kind of come up and be rejected by VWAP. That's more the case here. You look at all these buyers wicks sitting on VWAP. You don't want that. You want sellers wicks on VWAP. This one has 1 buyer's wick and 1 seller's wick. This one has a buyer's wick. This one has a strong seller's wick and a big flush down. Okay, this had a flush down too, but I didn't like all these buyer wicks sitting way up above it. These candle bodies are on VWAP. At least these 2 are, not this one. That's more in my speed of what I like to see. Okay, so you get a flush down and point of control line here at 856.36, and then you get one more flush down here and a point of control here at 853.65. If we're going to look at those on the 1 minute on this chart, what do we have? This is what we have, okay? So here's your first line, and you're going to wait 10 to 15 minutes, okay? The swing low actually gets put in here at 11:28, and it's revisited at 11:38, so it's 10 minutes. That's about average, okay? The next swing low gets put in at 11:34, and it's revisited at 11:48. 14 minutes to get ready for that trade. Don't you love it? 14 minutes, okay? And look what happens when it revisits. Okay, it bounces off a daily level, taps it with a wick. You can get in here at the next candle. Once you see it's rejecting on the 1 minute, you can enter here and write it down. So don't worry about this pullback. This everything up here is protecting you. So just put your stop up here somewhere above this swing low, this most recent swing low, and just write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Look for swing lows. We got a low of 838.06 on an entry of 851. 851 with what was the stop? 851.50. Let's say we had a stop up above this area where we got in. 854.50. Let's say $3 stop, just for safe. Just be really safe. 851, yeah, 50, or even 850 to 853. $3 stop on Tesla is pretty. That's pretty good. So if we had a $3 stop here at 850, all we need is 3 times 2 is 6, so 844. And, you know, we got it right away. We got it right here. 844, there's your 2 to 1. That's $2,000 on a $1,000 risk. Not bad. Okay, so that's how it works.